So what I'm going to tell you today is not something that you hear very often on Fox or CNN. What I'm going to tell you is that the working class and the middle class of this country are in serious trouble. Now is the time for the American people to stand up, make it clear that enough is enough, and that we need a government that starts representing all of our people. It means that we have to restore the $300 tax credit. It means that we have to expand Medicare. Bottom line, let's create a government that works for all of us, not just the people on top.
What's up, you guys? It's Steve here, and Senator Bernie Sanders is warning America that our economy, we're in trouble, and he's going to be giving us some updates as to what he thinks that we should be doing right now. This is your breaking news stimulus check update and stimulus package update. Now, Bernie Sanders has been warning us for quite some time, and he's been telling the president, don't expect to win elections and get people on your side if you don't keep your promises. He was talking about stimulus checks and provisions, and now, if you missed my last video, you might want to check it out. We're hearing that those provisions for checks, they're back on the table, and they want to do it by taxing the oil companies for taking massive profits. They're saying they're gouging the prices right now. And you guys, if you missed that video, check it out right after this one. Now, we're going to be hearing from Bernie Sanders, who's saying, we have got to do this. And he said this during a debate, and I've got some video footage for you. Now, I don't have the whole debate, but I'm just going to give you some highlights that have been coming out. It's actually been kind of hard to find video footage on this, but take a look, you guys. Sanders and Graham face off in a Senate project debate, and they did this to share their different viewpoints, get out their perspectives, and try to hopefully make progress. Now, I'm going to share with you the video footage of what Bernie Sanders has released, and he's going to be talking about everything going on, issuing his warning to America. Now, also, like I said, if you missed the last video, you're going to want to check it out, as President Joe Biden is furious right now. His approval is down. The economy is not doing well. The Federal Reserve is cranking up interest rates. We're hearing inflation is breaking records, and he's saying the oil companies are hurting him and the party, and they have just issued a new bill to tax them, take the profits, and then send out gas stimulus checks. Now, I'm going to keep you up to date on everything, but you guys, let's dive into the video footage so you can see it for yourself. Lindsey Graham, Bernie Sanders, a new warning on everything going on. Now, before we dive in, if you could do me a quick favor, if you appreciate the updates, keeping you up to speed on everything going on, just very quickly, smash that like button for me. Helps out the channel a ton. Thank you so much. Leave your comments, share this out. If you'd like to stay up to date, it's totally free. All you got to do is take a quick moment to smash the subscribe button and come join the Ram fam. I'll keep you up to speed on everything going on so you know what's happening. And if you got any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3, and consider joining my second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth and personal finance. But with that being said, you guys, let's take a look at the video footage. Let's start off first with Bernie Sanders' warning, then we'll dive into a couple of clips of the debate.
I am the longest serving independent in the history of the United States Congress. So what I'm going to tell you today is not something that you hear very often on Fox or CNN or ABC or the Washington Post, or in fact in the halls of Congress. What I'm going to tell you is that the working class and the middle class of this country are in serious trouble. We are moving toward an oligarchic form of society where a small number of billionaires not only have extraordinary wealth, they have extraordinary political power. We are living at a time when half of our people are living paycheck to paycheck in the wealthiest country on earth, when 70 million Americans have no health insurance or are underinsured, when we have a starvation minimum wage at the federal level of $7.25 an hour, where half of the elderly workers, older workers in this country, have nothing in the bank as they fear retirement. What I believe is that now is the time not to defend the establishment, which is doing phenomenally well. When you have two people on top in America who own more wealth than the bottom 40%, two people, top 1% owns more wealth than the bottom 92%. CEOs of major corporations today are making 350 times more than their workers, and we have more income and wealth inequality than any time in American history. Now is the time for the American people to stand up, make it clear that enough is enough, and that we need a government that starts representing all of our people, not just wealthy campaign contributors. What does that mean? It means that we have to end a corrupt political system in which big money buys elections. It means that we have to end a very unfair tax system in which billionaires in a given year don't pay a nickel in federal taxes. It means we have to raise the federal minimum wage to at least $15 an hour. It means that we have to join every other major country on earth in understanding that health care is a human right, not a privilege, and stop spending twice as much per capita on health care to enrich the drug companies and the insurance companies. It means that Medicare is going to have to negotiate prescription drug prices so that we can lower the cost of prescription drugs by 50%. It means that we cannot continue to be the only major country on earth not to have paid family and medical leave. It means that we have to restore the $300 tax credit so that we are not continuing to be a nation which has one of the highest rates of childhood poverty in the United States. It means that we have to expand Medicare to cover dental care, hearing aids, and eyeglasses so that elderly people in this country can live out their remaining years in dignity. And it means, among other things, that we cannot continue to ignore climate change, which is an existential threat to this planet. And obviously, given the tragedies that we have faced in the last month in terms of guns, we need serious and real gun safety legislation. Bottom line, let's create a government that works for all of us, not just the people on top. Thank you.
I would ask you to focus on lowering gas prices, securing the border, and bringing law and order back to America. And the only way you're going to do that, Senator Sanders, is abandon the agenda that you've charted for America, because it is not working.
Well, let's talk about gas prices, because you're right. They are outrageously high in Vermont. They're now filled up the other day, $5.05 a gallon. Meanwhile, the major oil companies made $35 billion in profit in the first quarter of this year. And at the end of the year, it is estimated they're going to give $88 billion in stock buybacks to their wealthy shareholders. So I do think we have to do something about the outrageously high price of gas. I think the president should bring the major oil companies in and tell them we're going to have a windfall profits tax on what they're doing in order to stop them from ripping off the American people.
Well, no common ground there found between the two senators.
So there you have it, you guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Now, I'll be sure to keep you up to date as we're hearing things are picking up as we're getting closer to midterm elections. I'll let you know about legislation, Congress, stimulus checks, everything going on, and make sure that you don't miss out on anything. And as always, you guys, if you appreciate the updates and you made it this far and you haven't already, don't forget, smash that like button for me. Helps out with the algorithm a ton. Thank you so much. Also, leave your comments, share this out. If you want to stay up to date, it's free. Why not? Come join the Ram fam. I'll let you know everything going on. I cite all my sources. I put them on the screen, read right from the articles so you know it's the latest. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell. Any specific questions for me, shoot them to me in the DM on Instagram at SteveRam3, and consider joining the second channel, Steve Ram Finance, to learn about growing wealth and personal finance. But with that being said, you guys, once again, thank you so much for joining me, and I will catch you in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.